And the guy is solid. I just feel like it's the slump factor. The loss in the GSL finals, the Kespa Cup performance, the Star League loss versus Classic. I mean, all these things kind of start to add up. His team is slumping. His team got knocked out in the playoff rounds, you know, in the first round of the playoffs for round 3. So all these things add up, right? He and Hero are both in this weird slump position where they're just not playing as well as you'd expect them to.
Yeah, that's right. And it was Doc that created him in that Kespa Cup recently. And here's Life. I've missed Life so much. It's great to see him back. He hasn't had much luck in the individual leagues lately. Still, you know, he's got a decent record against Zerg, 4-2, and he's 5-4 against ByuL.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has got so much history. He's a Royal Rotor who stopped MVP's 5th GSL championship. He's won 3 GSL titles. Just not as good at best of ones recently. You know, it's ever since he left Starcraft, he's had a bit of a tough time on KT roster. He's been a bit out of control. Let's see if he can take ByuL out here, or if ByuL is going to win this Zerg versus Zerg going into Cactus Valley. Down here in the bottom left, it's CJ's Zerg, it's ByuL.
One of the best Zergs in the world. And down here in the bottom right, it's another one of the best Zergs in the world. It is Life.
Life has already done 3 times what ByuL could not do against Rain just a few weeks ago. No doubt, you know, when you look at this as a best of 1, it's really tough to vote. Like you said, you felt like you took a chance on Life. I did as well. And you actually voted right after me. I was like, I feel much better now. I know Move It also feels the same way.
Yeah, man, I had a little bit of an idea.
Okay, doesn't look like we're going to see any early pools here. And on this big 4-player map, not too crazy. We did see Lucira go for an early pool earlier today in the other matchup. So we'll see how this early game pays out. And we saw, you know, earlier just it was a game that was decided basically by Lucira's overextension. You know, it was kind of those Roach versus Roach types of games, and Lucira just simply put, he overextended himself, and he got behind as a result. And you know, on this map of these positions, it's actually ironically the same spawning locations that we had in the earlier ZVZ. This is the spawning location where Roach attacks and Roach timings and counterattacks are so strong. If you fail big with one of your attacks, your opponent could just simply counterattack you because the rush distance is so small. And if you get into a position where you, not only do you like lose the counterattack, but you get stuck because you don't have roach speed and he does, or you overcommit and you lose way too many roaches, the defender's advantage just simply doesn't matter as much. And I'll take it if you go into a cross spawn sort of situation, that's totally different, because if you mess that up, maybe you could do a greedy drone follow-up, or you could try to trade with your roaches, but you can't counter you as easily. So we see a little bit of a safer pool timing here for ByuL, whereas Life is going for a faster gas. That means he's going to have the speed advantage. He's not going to be going for those extra queen type builds. Life known to be aggressive. A lot of people out here in Korea, you know, the casters, the Korean commentators, as well as, you know, us, the foreign commentators, have been talking about how Life, since joining KT, has been a bit more, I don't know how to describe this, maybe YOLO, been a bit more aggressive with his style, you know, not playing as macro-oriented as before. You know, since he's joined KT, he's been a bit more aggressive than his StarTale days, where he played more macro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we do see a Life. I feel like he's kind of calmed down a little bit in his style. Like, I feel like when he joined that Kespa team, they kind of whipped him into shame. It's like, okay, you can't just make speedlings every single game and win them through these crazy styles. Like, you got to sit down, you got to play like the 3-base Zerg, you got to macro like nothing else. And I feel like he did make a little bit of a transition period, and that's why he kind of like slumped for a little while. Now I'm not entirely sure why Life isn't playing like he should be playing, because he was like such a powerful Zerg last year. He was on top of his game beyond anything else, and I mean, he was the world champion because of it.
Yeah.
And now that he's part of KT, and he's been part of KT for a while, he just he hasn't found that same sort of success yet.
Yeah, you would think that going into a team that's stronger, has a better coaching staff, I mean, arguably, right? Because KT has had much better results than StarTale did. And now, of course, StarTale is SPL20, same coach, same sort of thing going on. You would think he would do better. Oh, he does, of course, rush this link, speed out. ByuL, on the other hand, about to have enough gas for speed. Life is going to try to scout this, but a good block here.
Oh, yeah. That's actually so important. That is so important.
That's really nicely done. Ooh, Life, on the other hand, I don't think he's going to get the same block. And this means, okay, that was close. It's like those lings are actually going to see he's going for a Baneling Nest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that could have been a little bit closer.
He is just going to do that speedling all-in you were talking about, though, man. He's going for it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to apply the aggression. It's so important that he stops him from scouting. And look at that. He doesn't see many drones at all in this natural, and that gives a lot of weight. So I think ByuL might have a fair idea what's going on.
Spines up immediately after he sees the drone count. Starts a roach for him. He's getting that wall set up. And now he sees all of the speedlings coming across the map. Now, he doesn't know that there are Banelings coming with this as well. Banelings can definitely help break this wall down, especially as these buildings are new.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Is that a way in? I think it might be into the south.
Well, I don't think so. Oh.
Yeah, oh, it's so close.
Barely not, but it does give him a good surround. He's got enough position to actually do that. The middle is actually, the partment's going to go down here. That creep tumor's in the way.
Oh, that creep tumor might have just cost ByuL the game. I think a lot of lings are going to be coming out in time, though. It's going to come down to these Banelings being morphed, if there are any. I think Life maybe want to consider that before the reinforcements all come out.
Oh, man, forcing another cancel here. And now he's just running circles around these youths. Now going to the main base, can kill this queen easily.
Oh, another big hit. Ruining the production.
Back at home, Life is starting Roach production. He's just going to have a sick Roach follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an insane Roach Bane follow-up at that. So things getting even crazier. But you know what? ByuL can go for a counterattack. Sure, that's going to be too many Roaches to really deal with it, but you know, maybe ByuL can find a way, and maybe he can surround these Roaches if there's no Banelings with them.
The cool thing here for Life is that he killed the queens, which means the reinforcing power of speedlings is so much weaker. You need queens to actually have larvae to continue your speedling production, and because he lost those, you know, the follow-up in speedlings is not that strong.
Yeah, certainly not. And look at the workers, by the way. Life is still on 23 workers to the 27 of ByuL. Life is so all-in currently. It's kind of insane. And ByuL can keep him on the map for quite some time because he does have so many lings. And look at this, he's actually going for a complete almost all-in behind this.
What do you think about this, actually? I mean,
I think ByuL's misread the situation a little bit.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Keep in mind that with this massive lane count for ByuL, like, Life can just use Banelings to defend, because he also has a Baneling Nest, unless he canceled that, which I don't think he did. He's going to actually try to sneak by here, but there's plenty of lings. He's going to get a surround on the other hand, and those Banelings are going to get some excellent hits here on the Roaches. That actually might just be too much.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot. Just not enough. And that was a huge kind of almost all-in move from ByuL. Trying to kill him with Ling Bane. He doesn't know that Life can make his own, which is actually going to be the big problem here.
It's so funny. So many of those Roaches are in the red, but they're still alive and they're regenning currently. Sends them across the map with not a ton of support. Okay, here come those Banelings. Exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, I almost think this is an overcommittal from Life at this point, like, because now that a lot of his Roach count is gone, his composition is about the same. So it's going to come down to reinforcements and link surrounding more than anything.
Good Roach split there against the Banelings. This is starting to look like a Chinese ZVZ right now.
Just ultra aggressive, but I think Life might just have the enough to go all the way. Baneling's going to go into these drone line.
Yep, and he's just got so many units just to surround the reinforcements as well. He's basically camping the production now. Just barely has enough. On the knife's edge.
Look at that. Oh, big hit at the top of the ramp.
GG.
Life takes it as we predicted.
Oh man, what a tense game that was. That was so close. That was like so back and forth.
Beautifully done there. Not the most emotional win for Life, but he'll take it just the same.
Yeah.
And now, what do we got, Wolf? We got Hero versus Flash. Oh boy.
This is the match that everyone's been waiting for. This is the one you want to tell your friends about. This is the one that, like, you need to be spamming in all your chat rooms. You need to be texting your friends, like, are you in this? Are you watching? Are you seeing this? It's tied up. The Hero versus Flash, decide who goes ahead. Where do you want to be?
You want to be here, man. You want to be watching Flash. Flash, who is playing damn fine right now, by the way, in this matchup.
Yeah, he is. He's actually looking better and better recently. He did destroy Impact in the GSL Code A in order to secure his Code S spot, and you know, on the backs of the performances we're seeing from him recently, being Hero as well just recently, I have to say I like his chances. This is definitely a matchup he's prepared better at recently. He's playing a little bit less robotic. He's actually transitioning really well. He's actually adding ghosts into his play. His maneuverability on the map seems to be a lot stronger. He's much less gimmicky, and he's much less like one focus minded.
Yeah, he's looking so strong with his mechanics in this too.
Absolutely. Before we go into this epic match.